So every single light cone in the game, sorry, every single path in the game has one light cone. That's like pretty good. Sometimes two. I'll show you them right now. So every single light cone in the game, they have a 3-star option. This would be the collapsing sky for this one. And then it also has the walk time. Walk time is a pretty solid free to play one as well. If you get lucky, you get the Arlen one. The Arlen one is the best 4-star one, IMO. If you have the moles welcome you with like high refines, I guess that could be pretty good too. But for everything being superimposed 1, Arlen 1 is bussin', very good. And then on top, if you want to get even further than that, then the Herta shop one is definitely the choice. And if you got really lucky and you got Klars, then I guess you can use Klars, right? The 5-star one is just going to be good. Collapsing Sky is the 3-star option. Walk time is the 4-star option. You can try to look to refine this. If you happen to have refines and the moles welcome you because you pulled on the weapon banner for Sealay or whatever, then I guess that could be good. Arlen is the best gotcha one that you can pull, I would say, IMO, personally. And then, yeah, I wouldn't worry about the BP one. I wouldn't worry about the Under the Blue Sky. So yeah, that's how that destruction path goes. For the Hunt one, this is a solid one. I think Hunt is the best class in the game. Best path in the game. They do so much damage. So, and they have 3 of these? What the fuck? Oh, they have 3. Well, I guess it's because of the Sealay one. But yeah, if you have Sealay's light cone, by the way, it's a 75-25 to get it. If you have Sealay's light cone, you're chilling. That's like all you really need. This light cone's amazing. Really good. This light cone and Jing Yuan's light cone, busted. They're so strong. But if you don't have this, but you have swordplay, you're also pretty good. Swordplay is a very good light cone. This is the best Gonsha light cone. This is the one you want to look for. Maybe even 2 copies. You want 2 copies of swordplay, probably. Probably. I would try to get in the night. If you don't have it, then get swordplay. Or if you already have swordplay or you have multiple copies, that's great. Maybe keep those. Don't even refine it because it's a very good light cone. It's the best one here, I would say. Subscribe for more as a bait. River Flows in Spring is a bait. Arrows is your 3-star option. Don't worry about the other 2. Arrows is your 3-star option though for this path. And then Return to Darkness is the BP one. I don't think it's all that good. It's kind of whatever. I guess you get a little bit of crit, but I wouldn't go for this one. This should be a last option if you don't have Sealays, if you don't have swordplay, and you chose Destruction instead of cruising in the Stellar Sea. And you didn't pull Sleep Like the Dead randomly off of Gotcha. If all of those conditions are in place, then yeah, I guess you can go for that. I guess. But I would advise you not to go for that ever. Only Silence Remains is probably like your second to last option as well. It's decent. The condition, if there are 2 or fewer enemies on the field, is kind of rare. A lot of enemies start with like multiple fights or whatever, but or like a lot of fights have like summonable enemies or whatever, and I guess you'll lose your passive there, but it's not that bad. Especially at a high refine, it could be pretty crazy, but yeah. That's your second to last option, I feel. Swordplay is just that good. If you read Swordplay, it gives you like 40% boost. On someone like Su Sheng, you can proc it twice in 1 attack, by the way. Pretty much 1 attack. Like you could do your attack, your follow-up attack or whatever will count as 2 attacks on you, so you'll have like 2 stacks of this. And then if you use your burst, you will hit them again, and then you'll also get your turn back, because that's what Su Sheng does. And then after you get your turn back again, you can hit them again. You could fully stack this. You can fully stack this very quick on Su Sheng. It's actually insane. That's why Swordplay is busted. But anyways, that's for Hunt. Erudition. Erudition, Passkey, and Databank are your 3-star options. Seriousness of Breakfast is really fucking good, surprisingly. Because you can get this R5 ASAP and it increases your damage by 24%. All damage, including follow-up, including whatever. All damage by 24% is insane. And then when you defeat an enemy, you get an 80% attack and stacks, right? You're not really getting it for the attack. You're getting it for the fact that you just have 24% attack or 24% damage boost from the get-go. Very strong. Very strong. Not as strong as the other ones, surprisingly, but pretty good. Pretty good. Now, today's Another Peaceful Day is just a flat-out better option than Seriousness of Breakfast. Even at R5, this is just a better option, which is wild, right? The Birth of the Self is just a better option. Even if this is R5, this is a better option, which is wild. This is a better option from the get-go. If you happen to have this one, which is the best gotcha light cone for Erudition, it's really good. Some might argue it's Genius Proposed, but I think it's this. This is the best gotcha light cone for Erudition. So again, Passkey, Databank, both really good 3-stars. This is the only path, I think, that has 2 good 3-star light cones. I'm pretty sure. This is the only light cone path that has two pretty solid ones. I would say Databank is probably better. You're looking at 56% ultimate damage, but this could be really good if you want to spam your burst and to break people. If you're looking to spam your burst and break people, then this could be pretty good. I do think Databank is probably more universal though. Who doesn't want 56% ultimate damage, right? That sounds pretty good. If you look at all the Erudition characters, I would say that this is probably the best one. All of them have pretty strong ults. Night on the Milky Way is dog shit. I think this is the worst. This is the worst light cone for a character, I think. This is the worst one. Like, even Bailu's one's kind of decent. I think this one's pretty bad. And the only reason why I say that is because the other ones are so good. And now with the introduction of Jing Yun's light cone before dawn, this shit's just incredible. It's just incredible. This blows this out of the water, like, entirely. It's not the same for the other ones, like the Hunt one. This does not blow. Sorry. Sleep Like the Dead is honestly pretty decent. And it doesn't get blown out of the water by In the Night. In the Night is solid, but Sleep Like the Dead is still usable if you happen to get it. This light cone though. So for every enemy on the field, you get some attack. Attack is kind of whatever, but yeah, you can get a pretty large amount of it. I don't know if it stays stacked, because I think when the enemies leave the field, I think you lose the buff. I think you lose the buff. I'm not too sure. I assume you lose the buff. I never used it myself. There hasn't been very much testing for me, but I'm like, just looking at it, I can easily tell that this ain't the best one. I assume you lose the buff, right, guys? I don't know. You guys let me know. And then on top of that, you got to weakness break the enemy to get your damage boost. Now this is kind of similar to the Destruction Light Cone, right? But the thing is, the Destruction Light Cone's free, guys. This one's free. Whenever the wearer attacks, their attack is increased by 8% in the battle up to 4 times. So that's 32% attack guaranteed if the fight's longer than like 3 turns. If the fight's longer than 3 turns, you pretty much get guaranteed max stack of this, right? And you can get this R5, by the way, for free. I currently have this at R5 for free, right? So that's 16% attack, stacking up to 4 times. It takes 3 turns to fully max it out. You do 2 skills, and then you do, you do 3 skills, and then your ultimate ability. That is 4 stacks right there. All right, so you're looking at, what is that? Like 60, 64? Some shit like that. I don't know the math on that. I think it's like 64. You get like 64 attack, just flat out for the rest of the battle after 3 turns. And then when you break, just like the last light cone, when you break, right, the wearer's damage increased by 24% for 2 turns. Right? 24% for 2 turns. If you look at something like this, you're getting 30% damage for 1 turn. Any buff that lasts for 1 turn is just automatically worse. Because 1 turn buffs, you can't really like, there's not enough time to like truly utilize it. You have to do a little bit of RNG, I feel. 1 turn buffs are not that good. 2 turn buffs, 3 turn buffs, those are ideal, right? Sela actually has a 1 turn buff as well, but hers has like a grace period or something. I don't know if this one has a grace period. Like it might be 1 turn until you move again, which is probably the case, right? That would make a lot of sense. So maybe you get guaranteed at least 1 turn of value. Hopefully it's like that. But anyways, this light cone, I just don't think it doesn't add up. As I just shown you guys that there is a free to play light cone, which I currently have at look, I'll even prove it. I currently have that light cone, the destruction one, at Superimpose 5 for free. And it's better. Granted, it's a different path, obviously. This destruction versus Erudition, and it's hard to compare the two. But just looking at the numbers, I can tell you that I have a pretty solid one right there. All right, anyways. So that was for, what was that? Erudition. Sorry to talk so much shit about that light cone. If you happen to have the light cone, please do use the 5-star light cone. It is a little bit better than the 4-star options, but I'm just letting you know that if you were to select this light cone from the Embers Exchange, you're trolling. This shop right here. Oh, sorry, the Starlight Exchange. Don't get this one. This is literally the worst one. Yeah, don't get that one. That's all I'm saying, pretty much. Like, if you had a choice, don't get that one. Even though you might like Himiko, you might like other characters, don't do it. Anyways, Harmony. Harmony's 3-star option is Chorus. I saw some people use this one before, Meditation, which I think is okay, but it's not as good as Chorus. Chorus is a flat out 10%, 12%, sorry, attack boost. That's it. Like, just from the get-go. It's really good. And if you happen to get lucky, right? So if you're not using the BP one, it's Chorus or BP, But if you get lucky, you run Dance Dance. Dance is the best gotcha Lycone Harmony. Okay, that's all you need to know. It's Chorus for 3-star option. Dance if you're lucky. If you're not, you're going to want to get the BPU Lycone, I would say. And that's pretty much it. And then obviously the Bronya one, if you happen to have it, but not everyone's going to be able to pull that, is also really good. But yeah, I think Harmony has the bar set pretty high. I will say. I've seen some people use Past and Future, some people use Planetary Rendezvous. You could use this if you know what you're doing. Like Planetary Rendezvous on Asta with the full fire team could be pretty good. Planetary Rendezvous on someone like Ting Yun on Jing Yun's team could be pretty good, right? Like if you know what you're doing, if you understand what is going on, right? And is Planetary Rendezvous on the banner? I think it is. If you get multiple copies of this and you're running Ting Yun, with Jing Yuan the whole time, I guess you could run Planetary Rendezvous. It honestly wouldn't be that bad. I still think Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds is pretty good just because it has the ability to give you energy recharge, which is fucking insane for your whole team. That's great. Plus crit damage is a very nice stat. The worst one here being attack percent by 10%. That's kind of bad. It's pretty much Chorus, right? But the fact that this changes the buff every now and then is really nice. It's got like a pity system. Like you can't get the same buff twice. You will guarantee change the buff at some point. Or not some point, like at the end of your turn. So that's not bad. I think Carve the Moon with the Clouds is pretty solid. Probably the best BP Lycone, I would say. IMO. All right, Nihility. I think the 3-star option is Loop. I'm pretty sure it's Loop. Let me see Void. Yeah, I think it's Loop. I think Loop is the 3-star choice. I honestly wouldn't use the 3-star though for Nihility, just because you have access to Fermata, and if you happen to have Good Night Sleep Well or Resolution Shines as like Pearls of Sweat, these 3 I feel like are actually kind of decent. This is the only like path where I wouldn't even recommend the 3-star. I would just recommend one of these 3 if you happen to have. This one decreases the enemy's defense, which is pretty nice. This one is more damage on debuffed targets, which is also pretty good. And this is the free-to-play one that you can grab from the store. It increases the break effect and increases their damage to enemies affected with shock, wind, or shear by 60%. This is like pretty solid. These 3 are pretty solid. Now, Eyes of the Prey is a gotcha one that I don't have. This would be the one that you use. I think this is the best gotcha one. I believe Eyes of the Prey is the best gotcha one. And if you happen to have this one, this is the one. This is the one that you use. Again, I don't have it. You'll notice a trend. I have everything but the best gotcha ones for a lot of these pats. I'm just unlucky. I don't know what the hell it is. But yeah, that is the best one for gotcha. If you happen to have that, you will always use this one. It's just straight up better. Increasing your effective rate by 20 and increasing dot by 24. That's insane, man. That's insane. You're going to pretty much use this at all times for probably Kafka and Sampo. I wouldn't use it on anyone else, though. Welt would probably want to use this one as his favorite, actually. The Good Night Sleep Well. And then this one would probably be more for like Pila. The Nihility one doesn't necessarily have like a super duper good one. I would say this is the best gotcha one because everyone likes Sampo and you get the most damage out of this one. But, you know, that's like perspective. I guess, you know, the other ones could be pretty solid as well. And then for the BP Lycone, I wouldn't touch it. I hear it's decent, but I think this is probably the second worst Lycone that you can get on BP. Deals additional damage equal to 48% of the wearer's attack to a random. It's a random enemy too. Like what? Yeah, I don't mess with that. But you know, that's my take on Nihility. Nihility is a bit wacky. All right, off to a great path here. Preservation, guys. This one is simple. This one is easy peasy. Okay, hear me out. Amber's your 3-star option. That's it. Okay. We Are Wildfire. Do not touch this. It's a very niche Lycone. It's a free one. It's not that good. Trend of the universal market, I think, is kind of a bait. Don't get baited by Booba Lady. I know I did. It's not that good. It's all right. It's mid. If you happen to have a hook, and I guess you need to hit burn targets, this could be pretty solid with Fire Traveler and Hook and maybe Asta. With that next level wombo combo, you can do Trend of the universal market plus Planetary Rendezvous plus Hook with the free destruction Lycone. That's kind of strong. That's a kind of a strong team. That's what I was aiming for, actually. But then I decided to whale, so. Anyway. That could be a pretty solid team. That could be a team in which you use like the B tier, C tier Lycones, and it actually makes a lot of sense, and it's pretty good. And it's probably better than the other options. However, again, very niche scenarios, right? Very niche scenarios. Now, what you want to pull for is, again, Amber, Superimpose 5 is your go-to option. If not, then you use Landau's Choice or Day 1 of a New Life. Plain and simple. The BP Lycone, it's a mid-tier one. It's neither good nor bad. I wouldn't say it's like super impressive. I wouldn't say it's super bad. But I guess you could run the BP Lycone if you don't have anything else. But I recommend Day 1 of My New Life or Landau's Choice. Easy. That's it. Just these two. Don't even worry about anything else. Japard's Lycone, kind of worth it. Not really though, in my opinion. If you're going to pull on... if you're going to pull for a Lycone, like from the Ember Exchange shop that I showed you guys, or the Starglitter shop or whatever, this could be good. If you know what you're doing. It's a lot of stat. You're getting effect hit rate. You're getting like 58 defense at like level 1. It's a lot. It is a lot of stat. But the Japard Lycone, oh my god, this is the picture you guys... Yo, this is the picture you guys used for me, isn't it? It is. Yeah, it's the fucking Japard thing. You guys, or Lero took this and made him red. Made him me. Ah, this is the one. Nice. Anyways. Yeah. Japard's Lycone is kind of a bait. I don't recommend. It's very strong. But who wants to stay alive, right? You want to do damage and clear the content. Most of the content later on into the game, you need damage, not staying... Like, you don't want to stay alive. Staying alive is important. Very important. But once you're able to maintain staying alive, it doesn't matter if you can stay alive more. Does that make sense? Whether you can clear the content with 1% HP versus 100% full HP does not matter. It does not matter. Because you cleared the content. It doesn't matter if you stay alive more. Like, what a waste, right? Essentially, you're wasting your own resources. If you think about it like this, you want to clear while still getting hit. So you generate particles. When you get hit, you do get particles. You do get energy, I should say, in this game. You know, things like that. You do want to stay alive, but you don't want to stay alive like an overkill level. And I think that's an overkill Lycone. Having a Lycone like Day 1 of My New Life to decrease the damage of your whole team. Having a Lycone like Landau's Choice that helps the person take aggro, right? Like your Fire Traveler or whoever, your March, is pretty solid. Pretty solid. I mean, there's only like 3 preservation characters, right? There's Japard, March, and Fire Traveler. I think that's about it. Fire Trailblazer. Anyways, that's it. Amber, Landau's Choice, or Day 1 of My New Life. Don't mess with the other ones. I think Texture of Memories is also a bait. I would not go for this. This should be a last resort Lycone. I don't think you go for this because you really want that damage. You don't want to stay alive more. Again, you really want that damage. So Texture of Memories, I would think it's a hard... This is the last Lycone you should get. You should definitely 100% without a doubt go for the either Destruction or Hunt, depending on what you need more. If you have Seele's Lycone, go for the Destruction. If you use multiple Hunt characters, I guess you go for the Hunt, right? Because I know a few of you guys use multiple Hunt characters, then you go all for the Hunt, right? That's fine. Perfectly fine. But I would stay away from that. Last but not least, Abundance. Abundance, absolute banger 3-star cornucopia. Guys, every person should have a superimposed 5 cornucopia. Like, no doubt in my mind. Cornucopia is that good. Quid pro quo, I do not like. I think it's a bait. It's a bait Lycone. It's the free-to-play one, but I swear to God, it doesn't work that well. Because my characters generally get their energy back pretty quickly, and then I'm like unable to use the passive because you need to be below 50%. If you had it at R5, you're getting 16 energy back, which is absolutely insane. And I'm sure that there is a way to make this Lycone work very well, especially if you can time it. You time it so that your Abundance character goes right after your DPS, maybe after your Bronya or like whoever. After your support character, you make your Abundance character go next, so that your DPS instantly gets back like the 16 energy or whatever, would be pretty cool. If you can like hold some of your bursts to make sure that it targets that one character that's below 50%, there could be a lot of technology with this. However, I don't think it's that good. Cornucopia, amazing. Cornucopia is absolutely disgustingly OP. 24% outgoing healing. It affects your skill and alt. Absolutely bonkers. I think it's the best 3-star Lycone in the game, actually. So you should definitely have one of these, maybe even 2 of these at Superimposed 5, and I would definitely use the one. If you don't want to use Cornucopia and you want to upgrade to a 4-star one, then I would say Post-Op Conversation. Post-Op Conversation is the one that you would upgrade to if you were to upgrade Cornucopia. I still use Cornucopia. That shit slaps. I'm like level 55, I think, almost. Yeah. 952 HP. Pretty insane. This one should be like 1,000 something, right? Yeah, 1,058. 1,058. It's not even that much better for the HP. It's like a little bit better. But yeah, if you happen to get refines on this could be really good because of the energy recharge rate, which is again a really rare stat. But yeah, and also if you happen to get an R5, it's going to be way better than Cornucopia because you get the same amount of outgoing healing plus the ER. So, you know, if you happen to have high refines of this is really good. Maybe this is a little bit better, just a tiny bit better than post-op, because post-op only affects the wearer, and this affects the whole team. So you're getting 2 energy for every single ally, including yourself, I believe. I mean, that's kind of fucking insane, no? I say shared feeling is the best abundance gacha lycone, and then followed second, close second would be post-op. But no, this is definitely better, I would say. Shared feeling is probably the number 1 4-star. So cornucopia, always, you should always have one just in case, you never know. It's really easy to level. It's really easy to get super post 5. Make sure you have one of those, lock it, and then you're good. Post-op, and then shared feeling being the best. If you happen to have the Bailu one, which I got, by the way, I got pretty lucky. Bailu one's pretty solid as well. Pretty goddamn good. But again, remember what I said earlier about the preservation? Doesn't matter if you stay alive like a lot. As long as you stay alive, you're good. I don't really need this lycone, but I got it. I wish I got Clara here. I wish I got Himiko. I wish I got Welt. I wish I got, you know, someone else as a character, but you know, it's fine. And that's about it, guys. That is all the lycones that you should worry about. All the lycones that you should care about. Well, we're probably going to clip this and put this on YouTube. So if you guys enjoyed the content, enjoyed that really long ass speech, my voice is parched. I am dry in the throat. I'm going to drink some water. I guess leave a like, comment, and subscribe.